Welcome, Punit. Welcome to Mint at head office. Thank you for joining us on the show today. I'm going to ask you a few questions as a global business leader, as the head of Deloitte across the world. As a global business leader of Indian origin, why can you give me 3 words as to what makes Indian origin CEOs successful in the US? 3 words.
Humility, empathy, and drive.
Well, drive and humility, we understand. Empathy is an interesting choice. A question I ask CEOs of all large businesses: how do you really know what's going on? Can you give me 2 ways that you keep a track of what's going on in these large organizations?
First is you have to have the right team around you and you need to be able to trust them. Second, the process, and the process matters. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we've taken the year, we've divided it up in 2 sprints, 180 days each. And in those 180 days, we start them with defining what we are going to achieve in those 180 days, who is accountable, and then we implement. At the end, we do a clear assessment, we hold ourselves to account, and we share it broadly within the organization, and then start the next sprint. I am now on sprint number 14 in my 7 years that I've been the global CEO. That's the process.
Well, that sounds more like a marathon than a sprint, but that's interesting. What's the single biggest global problem you would like Deloitte to solve? Of course, there are many, but if you had to choose one, which one would it be?
Can I choose 2?
Okay, 2. I'll give you 2.
One, I mean, we're certainly navigating the pandemic. We have to navigate that and do that right. But I think the number one issue as a global community that we should be focused on is climate. I believe it is a bigger issue than what we've just navigated with the pandemic. And this is something that if we don't address, this generation doesn't address, my son and his generation will rue the day and hold us to account as to why we didn't step up. That's one. The second one I would say is the inequality that exists in the world. There is certainly tremendous progress, tremendous opportunity, but there are a number of individuals that are being left behind. And we must, and I gave you the example in the interview earlier, 175 million women and girls don't have access to education. They won't have the same opportunities in India that you and I have had. And so addressing inequality would be the second.
Well, that's very reassuring to hear. So just a couple of multiple choice questions, just react really spontaneously. Strategy or execution?
Execution.
Execution or culture?
Culture.
Culture or purpose? I think I know this one.
Purpose, because that drives the culture.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for being with us. And it was a real pleasure to have you.